Hello everyone. In this video lecture, we are going to discuss some numerical problems on the Bose theory and the spectrum of hydrogen atom. So we have derived a number of important relationships from Bose theory like radius, energy of electron, velocity of electron, time period, frequency, number of waves produced by electron during a complete revolution. Then we have spectrum of hydrogen atom and hydrogen-like species. So now we are going to use those relationships in solving numerical problems. So let's start with some typical problems. So the first problem says the ionic radius of an unknown element M with charge X plus, which is given as isoelectronic with hydrogen. That means this Mx plus contains only one electron, so that we can apply Bose theory. The radius is 2.273 r naught. R naught is the Bose radius in fifth orbit. Identify Mx. So we have this relationship, and this relationship is for radius. So the generalized expression for radius of one electron species, we have this radius Rn. Rn is equals to R naught n square divided by Z. So this is the equation which gives you the radius of circular orbit in terms of the Bose radius. Now question says this radius is 2.273 in the fifth orbit of hydrogen atom. So now R5, radius of fifth orbit, is equals to R naught into 5 square divided by Z. The question says this value is equals to 2.273 R naught. So radius of the fifth orbit of this unknown element Mx plus is, according to equation, this is R naught into n square divided by Z, where n is equals to 5. So R naught into 5 square divided by Z. And this, according to question, is 2.273 R naught. So to means we have this. So from this we can define, look at this. So R naught will cancel out. So therefore Z is equals to 25 divided by 2.273. So this is the value of Z, because once we have the value of Z, that is atomic number, we can easily define the element M, whose charge is X plus. So this, when you divide this or simplify this, and this comes out to be 11. So we now look at this, atomic number is 11. So since the atomic number is 11, so this element is sodium. So sodium, atomic number is 11. So sodium X plus, X should be plus 10. So identify the M. So M is sodium, because atomic number comes out to be 11. So atomic number 11 is sodium. Now this is isoelectronic with hydrogen. So sodium atomic number 11 means number of electrons present in the shells will be equals to 11. So since this is isoelectronic, so that means this X plus, the charge on this metal X, so X will be equals to 10. So this is M and this is X. So the element is sodium metal, the charge X plus X is equals to 10. So we are using the relation of radius, and from this we define atomic number, and from this atomic number we define this element. So coming to the next question, says the circumference of the first orbit of hydrogen atom is given as 3.322 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter. Now question is, what is the velocity of electron in this orbit? So circumference. we are given the circumference of the circular orbit is given this value. Now we have to find the velocity of electron in this particular orbit. Now look at this, we have an important relationship or postulate of Bohr's theory, that is the angular momentum relation. So this was one of the most important relation based on which we have derived a number of derivatives. So the angular momentum relation says the angular momentum mv/n/rn is equals to some integral multiple of nh by 2 pi. So we have this relationship. So look at this, the circumference of the first orbit of hydrogen atom. So first orbit means n equals to 1, hydrogen means z equals to 1. So if you look at this, rearrange this equation. Now we have to find the velocity. So velocity, look at this, Vn n is equals to 1. So this equals to h divided by 2 pi r1 into m. So we have this velocity from angular momentum condition mv/rn is equals to nh by 2 pi. So now look at this, these 2 pi r, this is what equal as the circumference, because for we are having a circular orbit. For this circular orbit the circumference is 2 pi r. So now therefore velocity of electron in the first orbit with circumference this is equals to h. H is 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule second divided by 2 pi rn is 3.322 into 10 to the power minus 10 into mass of electron is 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kilogram. So this will be the velocity of electron in the first orbit of hydrogen atom, so such that the circumference of the orbit is 3.322 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter. So this is the condition. So we are using this a very important relationship. As I told you, this is one of the most important postulate of Bohr's atomic model. The angular momentum is some integral multiple of h by 2 pi. Next numerical problem says calculate the energy required for a process helium plus is to be converted into helium plus 2 plus 1 electron. That means the only electron present in helium plus is to be removed. So this is nothing but the ionization energy of the helium plus. So we have to find the ionization energy of helium plus, provided the ionization energy of hydrogen is given as 2.18 into 10 power minus 18. So now this equation H plus giving you He plus 2 gas plus, so this is known as ionization energy of helium plus. So we have to find the ionization energy of the helium, because the only electron present in helium plus is to be completely removed. So this process is what we call as ionization process. So ionization energy of helium. Now we have this relationship ionization energy. Ionization energy of an atom, we have this relationship is equals to ionization energy of hydrogen into Z square. So we have this relationship. Ionization energy of any one electron species is equals to the ionization energy of hydrogen into Z square. So therefore look at this, ionization energy of helium plus is equals to ionization energy of hydrogen into Z. So helium Z is 2, so we have 2 square, so this comes out to be 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 into 4, that is joule per atom. So this much amount of energy is required per atom of helium plus to ionize the lone electron present in helium plus. Now if the question is this is to be converted into mole, then now look at this. This can be we have to convert into mole, not for single atom. So we have to multiply this by Avogadro number, 6.02 into 10 to the power 23 into 2.18 into 4 into 10 to the power minus 18. So this is joule per mole, because we are converting this for 1 mole. So this is for 1 atom. So in terms of 1 mole of this He plus, so we have to convert this energy of 1 atom into energy of 1 mole atom, multiplying by 6.02 into 10 to the power 23. So now next problem says calculate the energy of the following process. So we have to calculate the energy of the following process. Look at this, helium plus 2 electron is to be converted into helium. Question says the ionization energy of helium is 3.4 into 10 to the power minus 19 joule per atom. Now if you look at this, question clearly says this is He is to be converted into He plus 1 electron is to be removed. So this is known as the ionization energy of helium. So we have this relationship, ionization energy of helium is given here. Now this was having 2 electron. Now 2 electron is, from this 2 electron this is converted into 1 electron. Now finally this electron is to be removed, so that this is converted into helium plus 2. So this energy, this is what equal as ionization energy of helium plus. So moving from this to this to this, we are removing 2 electrons. So the removal of first electron, that is the ionization energy of helium atom, that is given as this value. Now from this helium ion, the second electron is to be removed. So we are removing 1 electron here, we are removing second electron, again the 1 electron is removed here. So we have this total energy. We have just defined the ionization energy of helium plus here. This is the ionization energy of helium plus. This is the ionization energy of helium to helium plus. Now question says what is the reverse of this process? So therefore look at this, we can find out total ionization energy, total energy required for this process. This is equals to ionization energy of helium plus ionization energy of helium plus. So this is the first process, this is the second process. So this value is equals to given as 3.4 into 10 to the power minus 19 plus the ionization energy of helium plus that we have just calculated here. So this is equals to 8.72 into 10 to the power minus 18. So this is the energy required for conversion of this helium into helium plus 2. Now question says energy required, energy change when helium plus 2 accepts 2 electrons. So energy for this process is positive. Then the energy for this process, helium plus 2 electron, which is giving you helium plus. So for this energy change for this process is equals to this minus of Et, because process is reversed, so the sign will change. So first you are supplying energy here, so this energy is positive. Now when this electron is added to this ion, helium plus 2, energy will be released. So this becomes minus of this. So therefore this equals to minus of this value. 3.4 into 10 to the power minus 19. So this is 18. We can convert into 19 also. Plus 8.72 into 10 to the power minus 18. This is joule. So this much amount of energy will be released when the 2 electron is added to helium plus 2. So next problem says, what transition in hydrogen spectrum would have the same wavelength as the Balmer transition from N4 to N equals to 2 of helium plus? Now we have two transitions. One is the transition in helium plus from 4 to second shell. We have some wavelength. Then again transition in hydrogen, an unknown transition from N2 to N1. Now both the wavelengths are same. Then what should be the value of N1 and N2 of the hydrogen atom? Now this question belongs to spectrum. So question spectrum, we have this Rydberg equation. So Rydberg equation says 1 by wavelength is equals to RH Z square 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. So this is the Rydberg equation that we are going to use here. So we have this wavelength, we have N1 and N2, this is RH Rydberg constant, that Z is atomic number. So now look at this, we have hydrogen. For hydrogen atom, so we have, look at this, RH is equals to RH, Z is 1 here, so we have, look at this is 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. Let's suppose this is equation A. Then we have the Balmer transition of helium plus. For helium plus, the transition is 1 by wavelength of helium plus, which is given as RH. Z for helium is 2, so we have 2 square 1 by N1. N1 is the final state, N2 is the initial state from which electron jumps. So here look at this, N2 is given as 4, N1 is given as 2. So N1 is 2, 2 square is 4 minus 1 by 4 square. So this is the wavelength for the transition of electron from 4th to second level of helium plus. Now question says both would have the same wavelengths. If both the wavelengths are same, then 1 by wavelength will also same. So we have from question, wavelength of hydrogen transition is equals to wavelength of helium transition. So therefore 1 by wavelength of hydrogen transition will also be same as 1 by wavelength of helium plus transition. So now look at this, from A and B we get RH 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square is equals to RH Z equal to, now we multiply this by 2. So 2 square will cancel out. So this is 1 by 1 square 1, because we have this, look at this, 1 by 4 into 4, that is 1. So this can be written as 1 by 1 square minus, okay, this is 4 square, this is 4. So what is left is 4. 4 can be written as 2 square. So 2 square means 4. We are multiplying this by 4. So 1 by 4 into 4 is 1. So we have 1 by 1 square. 1 by 4 square into, so this is 4 times 1 by 4 square is 1 by 4. So 1 by 4 can be written as 1 by 2 square. So now look at this. This will cancel out. So to make this equation identical, we should have, look at this, N1 square 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square is equals to 1 by 1 square minus 1 by 2 square. So therefore N1 is equals to 1 and N2 of hydrogen is equals to 2. So the wavelength for the transition of electron from 2 to 1 of hydrogen spectrum would have the same wavelength for the transition of electron from 4 to 2 of helium plus. So we are using this Rydberg equation for both this hydrogen and helium, and we are just comparing because question clearly says the wavelength for both the transition is identical. So from just by comparing we are getting the values of n1 and n2. So these two, 1 by n1 minus square minus 1 by n2 square is equals to 1 by 1 square minus 1 by 2 square. That means n1 square is equals to 1 square. That means n is equals to 1. n2 square is equals to 2 square. So the n2 is equals to 2. So simply we are comparing the wavelength. So we have next problem. Energy of hydrogen-like species in the third excited state is 2.25 times the energy of helium plus in the second excited state. What is the atomic number or Z of the hydrogen-like species? So now look at this involves energy. So we have look at this energy equation. En is equals to E naught into Z square divided by n square. This E naught is energy of electron in the first orbit, which has got a fixed value. So this is energy of electron in nth orbit. Now look at this, we have hydrogen-like species. For hydrogen-like species, question says this is in the third excited state. Third excited state. So third excited state means n equals to 4. When n is equals to 4, the state is known as third excited. So n equals to 1 is the ground state, n equals to 2 is the first excited state, n equals to 3 is the second excited state, n equals to 4 is the third excited state. So we have this third excited state. So therefore this En, E4 will be equals to E naught into Z square divided by 4 square. So let's suppose this is A. Now we have for helium plus, again question says this is second excited state. Second excited state. For second excited state, n equals to 3. So therefore E3 is equals to E naught into Z. Z for helium is 2. 2 square divided by 3 square. So we have this energy of electron in the third excited state and the second excited state of unknown element and the helium. Now question says energy of this unknown element in the third excited state is 2.25 times energy of helium in the second excited state. So the from question we says E4 is equals to 2.25 times E3. So now look at this E4, we have this relationship. So E4 is E naught into Z square divided by 4 square. This value is equals to 2.25 times 2.25 into E3. We have this E3. So E3 is E naught into 2 square divided by 3 square. So now look at this E naught will cancel out. Now we have to find the value of Z. So therefore Z square is equals to 2.25 into 2 square into 4 square divided by 3 square. So now look at this. This is the value of Z. Now this can be written as, okay, 2.25 can be written as 1.5 square. We have 2 square. We have 4 square divided by 3 square. So therefore Z is equals to 1.5 square root लेना पड़ेगा into 2 into 4 divided by 3. So this is the value of Z. So this is the atomic number of this unknown species. So then is look at this, we have to use this energy equation. So question involves the concept of excited state. So third excited state means 1 plus 3. Second excited state means 1 plus 2. So that is the value of final n. So we have this relationship. From this we find the values of Z, the atomic number of the unknown element. Now next problem says electrons in hydrogen atoms are excited to n equals to 4. In the spectrum of emitted radiation, calculate the number of lines that will be observed in ultraviolet and the visible region. So we have the final stage. Now electron is to be coming from this N4 to lower level. So during this, how many lines will be observed in ultraviolet, how many lines will be observed in visible. So now look at this ultraviolet. So ultraviolet means the series is Lyman series. So Lyman series, the lines will lies in ultraviolet. So ultraviolet Lyman series. So for this Lyman series, N1 is equals to 1. So when electron is coming from any excited level to the ground state, that lines will always observe the rise in Lyman series, that is nothing but the ultraviolet. So now look at this, electron is coming from this N2. So now look at this, N2 is equals to 4. Now this electron which is at 4th level will move to ground state. Now look at this, we can have look at this. Direct look at this electron. Then we have visible. Visible means Balmer series. Balmer series N1 equals to 2 when electron from any excited level comes to the first excited state, that is N equals to 2, then that line will lies in visible spectrum. So now look at this, for this look at this N2. So now look at this N2 4, we can have look at this direct 4 to 1. So electron can direct jump from 4 to 1. So if electron is coming from this 4 to 1, then we have one line, that is ultraviolet. So we will observe one line. Now we can also have look at this. Now electron can be coming from 4 to 2, then we can have 2 to 1. Now look at this, electrons coming from 4 to 2, N1 equals to 2, so this will lies in visible, so we'll have one visible there. Now 2 to 1, so this is coming stepwise. First electron is moving from 4 to 2, then again 2 to 1, so 2 to 1, that is the final state. So this will again lies in ultraviolet, so we'll have one ultraviolet here. Now we can also have these possibilities. First electron is going to third, then third to 2, then again we have 2 to 1. Now 2 to 1 already we have considered. 4 to 3 is not possible. 3 to 2 is possible. So 3 to 2 lies in visible, so we have one visible here. Then also we can have look at this. Now electron is direct going into 4 to 3, then 3 to 1. So 4 to 3 we are not required. Now 3 to 1 we can have ultraviolet. So these are the possible lines that could be observed when electron is coming from 4 to. So now look at this 4 to 1. So now count the number of ultraviolet. So ultraviolet is 1, 2, 3. We have 3 lines possible in ultraviolet. Visible is we have 1 here, we have 1 here. So we have, so number of lines that could be observed in visible is 2. Number of lines that could be observed in ultraviolet radiation is 3. So we have to take this combination. Now next problem says energy of an electron in an excited hydrogen atom is minus 3.4 electron volt. Then according to Bohr's theory, what is the angular momentum? We know the angular momentum equation of hydrogen. Energy of an excited state of hydrogen atom is given as g. So what is the angular momentum? So we have this relationship, angular momentum of an electron in any particular orbit is some integral multiple of this nh by 2 pi. So this is the angular momentum relationship. H is a constant, pi is a constant. We need to have the values of n, that is the excited state. The question says energy of electron in the excited state. So let this be equation A. Now energy of electron in any orbital is equals to E naught by n square, because Z is equals to 1 for hydrogen. So this value is equals to minus 3.4 electron volt. Minus 3.4 electron volt. Now energy of electron in the first orbit of hydrogen E naught, this is minus 13.6 electron volt divided by n square, which is equals to minus 3.4 electron volt. So therefore n square is equals to 13.6 divided by 3.4. So this comes out to be 4. Therefore n equals to 2. So the excited state of the electron, which having this energy minus 3.4, is n equals to 2. So now once we have this n equals to 2 from this energy relationship, we can use the value of electron n here. So therefore angular momentum is equals to nh by 2 pi. So n is 2, h is 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34 divided by 2 into pi is 3.14. So this gives you this value approximately. This is 2. So you can have approximately 2.1 into 10 to the power minus 34. That is energy. This is joule second. So this is the angular momentum. So first we define the value of n from this energy, then we use the value of n in this angular momentum equation according to Bohr's theory. The next question says a single electron system has ionization energy of 1180 kilojoule per mole. Then they calculate the number of protons. Number of protons is equals to atomic number in the nucleus of the single electron system. So question says ionization energy. So ionization energy of one electron species is given as the ionization energy of hydrogen into Z square. So ionization energy of hydrogen is known to you. Ionization energy of single electron species is given as, so we have to find the values of Z. So therefore Z square is equals to the ionization energy of the system divided by ionization energy of hydrogen. So ionization energy of single electron system, that is this is 11180, not 11. This is 11180. So this is 11180 divided by ionization energy of hydrogen in terms of kilojoule is 1312. So this is the value of Z square. So if you find out this is coming around 8.6, so we can consider this to be approximately 9. If this is approximately 9, then what is the value of Z? Z is equals to 3. So therefore number of protons is equals to number of protons. So number of protons in the unknown species for which the ionization energy is 1180 kilojoule per mole is 3. That is lithium, atomic number 3. So the number of protons should be equals to 3. Now we have a transition of electron in an atom. During this transition of electron, kinetic energy changes from Y to Y by 4. What is the change in potential energy during the same transition? Now kinetic energy is given, we have to find the change in potential energy. So then we have to find the relation between kinetic energy and potential energy. So potential energy, as we have discussed earlier, is equals to minus K Je square upon Rn, and the kinetic energy is equals to Kje square upon divided by 2 times Rn. So if you look at this relationship, it clearly says the kinetic energy or the potential energy. So the potential energy is equals to minus 2 times Ke. So now look at this. Ke1 is Y, Ke2 is Y by 4. So potential energy. So therefore look at this. Kinetic energy changes from Y to Y both. Then potential energy. So suppose potential energy 1, that is minus 2 times Ke1. So this equals to minus 2. Let's suppose Ke1 is Y, so minus 2 Y. Potential energy 2 is equals to minus times 2 times Ke2. So that is minus 2. Ke2 is, suppose it is Y by 4. So that is Y by 2. So therefore now look at this. Change in potential energy is equals to P2 minus P1. So P2 is minus Y by 2 minus 2Y. So this equals to 2Y minus Y by 2. So that is 3Y by 2. So this is the change in potential energy for which the kinetic energy changes from Y to Y by 4. So now look at this, we are using this relationship. Potential energy is equals to minus of 2 times the kinetic energy. Next, this problem says calculate the ratio of area of orbit of the first excited state of electron to the area of orbit of the ground level of hydrogen atom. Now, orbit is considered to be circular. So for this circular circle area, we have area of circle is pi r square. So now we have to find the ratio of the first excited state area to that of ground level. First excited state, for this n equals to 2, ground level n equals to 1. So we have to find the ratio. So now look at this, area of orbit in the first excited state, that is circular orbit first excited state, to that of area of ground state orbit. So this equals to pi r 2 square divided by pi r1 square. Now pi will cancel out. So r2 by r1, r is known as r0 into 2 square raised to the power 2 divided by r0, n is 1, so 1 square raised to the power square, because we have this relationship Rn is equals to r0 n square. So Rn square is r0 into n square whole square. So therefore look at this, r0 will cancel out. So now look at this, r0 square 4 divided by r0 square into 1. r0 cancels out, so we have 4:1 ratio. This is the area of the orbit of electron in the first excited state to the ground state of hydrogen atom. So we are using this orbit. Orbit is considered to be circular according to Bohr's theory. So area of circle is pi r square. So we have to take the ratio. First excited state means n equals to 2. Ground level means n equals to 1. So area of first excited state to that of area of ground level. So we are converting this radius into radius of the first orbit of hydrogen atom. So this is the ratio of the areas.